Have you ever walked into a Dillard's, Sephora, or Macy's and think, this is where the real men shop? Spoiler alert, they're not the fragrance heaven you want them to be. I get it, you see that $180 bottle of fragrance sitting under that perfect light and think, woo, I need it. Well, the truth is, you don't. Because actually, you can get that same fragrance for up to 70% off if you knew where to shop. Welcome to the fragrance trap, where luxury meets illusion. So let's talk about the first secret in the fragrance world, which happens to be this illusion of prestige. I mean, really, think about big box retailers, and for this example, we'll use Dillard's. And the fact is, not all Dillard's are created equal. Flagship locations in high-end malls get the exclusive stuff. I'm talking Dior Privé, Creed, Mind Games, and even Chanel exclusives. But then you walk into a smaller Dillard's and all you get is this tester bottle that's been sprayed like 900 times. And then they throw in a couple Versace bottles and some outdated new releases. When you walk into these stores, you might just think it's bad luck. But rest assured, your luck isn't bad. This is called segmented distribution. Now, this isn't exclusive to Dillard's, but a lot of locations do this. Many retailers track local income data and they reward stores that have a higher spend already. So if your Dillard's, Macy's, or Sephora feels dated, empty, or dusty, you might just want to drive down the road a bit to a higher income area. In most cases, you'll instantly feel a difference. You'll see fresher stock, cleaner counters, and sometimes just better service altogether. Secret 2 is this overpriced illusion. That exclusive gift set that you see sitting behind the counter, let me tell you, that's just marketing. Many times retailers inflate these prices 15 or 20%, so when they give you a discount, it looks super generous. For example, right now on the Macy's website, Burberry Touch is $110. That same bottle at a trusted online retailer, just $35. In many instances, you're getting fragrances that are just as fresh, just without the extra tax. I was actually talking about this today at a barbershop. Now, I'm a little bit different. I gotta get the fragrances ahead to make sure I can tell you what to pick up so I can spend full price. But for you, it doesn't necessarily need to be the case. If you love testing fragrances at the counter, feel free, do it. But just understand that you don't have to buy there. But if you're like me and like to leave with them things same day, same time, then go ahead. But before you make that decision and think about dropping full retail price at Dillard's, Macy's, Sephora, or Ulta, listen up, because this is the one time of the year that you can actually beat the system. Look, FragranceBuy.ca and Fragrance Flex are celebrating 12 years of hooking people up with real luxury fragrances without the luxury price tag. And their sale is wow. From October 31st to November 3rd, you get 12% off site-wide using code FB12. And it stacks with their free shipping of orders over $112. Now, here's where it really gets crazy. The first 1,000 orders over $299 will automatically get free luxury gifts. We're talking Burberry candles, Gucci and Hugo Boss body shower gels, Burberry tote bags, and even a Boss briefcase. No code needed there, just spend $299 or more. But wait, there's more. Always wanted to say that. If you're one of the first 1,000 orders between both sites, you're also getting free fragrance samples plus bonus loyalty sprays. That's up to an extra 150 sprays just for shopping. And if you love winning, just follow Fragrance Buy or Fragrance Flex on Instagram, drop your order number, and they might just hook you up with a $112 gift card. And they drop in 2 winners for each store, so make sure you don't miss out. Long story short is you can spend $180 at the big guys, or you can go online, pick up some fragrances, and still have money left for lunch. Again, go to FragranceBuy.ca or fragflex.com, enter code FB12 and save 12% off the entire site. The offer doesn't last forever, so make sure you get it while the getting's good. Now, let's move on to secret 3, which happens to be the exclusive trap. If you've ever seen those shiny tags inside a department store that says Dillard's exclusive or Macy's only, that doesn't mean rare, that just means restricted. Many times brands will make these exclusive fragrance products to kind of justify the markup. It's like if you cornered the market and you can only get it one place, you gotta pay what you gotta pay. And look, we've all fell victim to it. Think about Parfum de Marly's exclusive release with Harrods, which happened to be Hautane. We knew just 8 months later that fragrance was available in the US and now even on discounters. I know Ricky Bobby said if you're not first, you're last, but in this case, if you're first, you pay too much. My word of advice would be to be careful with these exclusive fragrances because you might just see them a little bit later at a far cheaper price. The fourth secret is the commissions game. Now, let me clarify this, because as a YouTuber, you're gonna see affiliate links all over the place, not just for myself, but for others as well. If you're scrolling on TikTok and Instagram, it's the norm. And the same exact thing is happening when you're going to the stores. These sales associates often have quotas in terms of how much they need to sell per day to be successful at their job. Which is why when you go to these places, you'll often hear that this is the latest release, not that this is the best scent. Oftentimes, you're gonna get pushed with other fragrances or given the biggest bonuses at that time. And trust me, I'm not knocking the game. I'm just giving you a little extra sauce. My advice would be to go and check out the fragrance and let it sit for about 30 minutes or so before you buy, to really make sure that this is a fragrance you enjoy and one you're gonna be okay with spending your money on. Again, today at that same barbershop, I was having a conversation with someone who picked up one of the latest Parfum de Marly fragrances, and they ended up saying that they hated it, but blind bought it, and I'm like, man, you pay for retail and blind buy? That's a double negative. My rule of thumb is if it's over $200, I will not blind buy. All right, so get your nose on it, see if you like it. If it's under it, I can be a little risky. Now, number 5 is a little different, and this one is one I like to call the discount drought. Now, you tend to see discounts at places like Macy's and Dillard's and Sephora, but when you get into big box luxury stores, that's not always the case. When I think about stores like Neiman Marcus, Saks, or Ma Teresa, these luxury stores rarely run discounts on fragrances. And if they do, it's never going to be as close to what you can find online, which happens to be one of the tricks of the trade when it comes to luxury products. If you can protect the price, then you are able to protect the prestige of the brand, which is why old stock from places like Louis Vuitton, Hermes, or Chanel would likely be burned before they give you a discount. Sounds like I'm joking, but I'm not. And then there was the gift set gimmick. You know what I'm talking about, those prepackaged, glossy holiday exclusives. Oftentimes they'll feature body wash or just a smaller version of the fragrance that you're already buying. To me, I see those as fake value. The reality is that 99.9% of the time, out of 100, you're not going to these places looking for these scented body wash or deodorants. So although it may seem like you're getting a steal or a crazy deal, it's not something you would have ever purchased to begin with. So that perceived value of deodorant or body wash along with the fragrance that you were purchasing, it's not really value at all. And the next secret, which is hopefully not a secret to you, but maybe it is. In many cases, when you're buying fragrances from these places, the loyalty programs are not as good as you think. And oftentimes, you can spend far less at Chick-fil-A and get far more value than what you would get at a Macy's, Dillard's, or Sephora. Here's what I'll tell you. I've joined the Macy's loyalty program. I've spent over $1,000 in fragrances and haven't yet reached the 1,000 point tier to save $10 on a single fragrance. So oftentimes those points and perks tend to go to waste because you're not using them quick enough or spending enough money for them to even be a real value. Final secret, and then the secret I want to give you here is what I like to call the casino effect, but it's really like a smart shopper's playbook. If you've ever gone to a casino, you've noticed that there's a lot going on and things will kind of boost your dopamine. But when you go into these stores, you're really seeing kind of the same thing, especially when you go to luxury big box department stores. If you're going to a luxury department store, a lot of the times they're staffed with attractive individuals. So if you're a guy looking to spend some coin and it might be a little bit out of your budget, you might be willing to spend it to impress that girl on the other end of the counter. And fellas, if your lady's shopping for you, she might have come across an extremely well-groomed guy, and he already smells good too. Oftentimes, people buy from people who are like their friends or they aspire to be like. And I get it, I know what you're gonna say, yo, B, not me. Maybe not you, but the other person watching for sure. And it's not anything about you. We're all wired to be this way. It's kind of human nature. And the stores are all kind of designed to give you that boost of dopamine while you're there as well. Oftentimes, they try to take this luxury approach. Marble counters, glass displays, and people who are dressed well and in suits. It's made to make you feel that the price is equal to the prestige. But now, you know the truth. Smelling great doesn't have to cost a ton. You can smell like money, look like money, and still keep your money. Now, with that said, does that mean to never shop at Dillard's, Macy's, Sephora? No. it doesn't. But what I will say, sometimes you can get a better deal, and if you're willing to wait just a little bit longer, then you might really get a steal. So remember, holla at my friends over at fragrancebuy.ca and FragFlex and help them celebrate their 12-year anniversary with putting money back into your pocket. I mean, it's a win-win. So if you're thinking about picking up the perfect fragrance, click here to figure out why you might not be getting compliments.